This is part 4 of how I'm dealing with redirected aggression between my cats that went from being best friends for 6 years to being mortal enemies that viciously attacked each other. If you're new here, be sure to watch parts 1 through 3 and look up Jackson Galaxy's cat introduction protocol because that is the method that I'm following. So once my cats showed no signs of stress during scent swapping, I started site swapping. When doing this, make sure your cats don't make any contact. I even added these draft blockers to my doors upstairs so they couldn't make contact underneath them. Here's another option if you don't want to put adhesives on your door. Oliver would stay in the bedroom while Moosh worked up the courage to come upstairs. At first, he could only be coaxed upstairs with treats and then he'd immediately retreat. It took a few days for him to feel confident coming upstairs without bribery. I never picked him up and forced him to come upstairs. It was important that he felt safe enough to do it on his own. On the other hand, Oliver was very confident coming downstairs, but he acted really weird. His tail would puff up, his posture was tense, and he'd lurk around slowly smelling everything. He'd also occasionally hiss when he smelled Moosh's cat tree, but he finally got to the point where he could go downstairs and be relaxed. We stayed in the site swapping stage for over a month. Everyone's timeline is different and it's ultimately determined by your cats. Don't move on to the next step until your cats have shown that they're 100% comfortable in their current phase of exposure. That's it for part 4. Part 5 will be about the next step, which I like to refer to as blind dinner dates. Remember that I'm following Jackson Galaxy's guide and I'm just sharing my experiences along the way. There are a lot of nuances depending on your situation, so these steps will look a little different for each person.